Welcome to Classical 95.9 WCRI's Conducting Conversations with your host, Mike Mano. 1 hour of music and conversation with notable people in the arts, bringing you the stories of how music has impacted their lives. The show will give a behind-the-scenes look at the guest's background, interests, or special project.
Conducting Conversations is brought to you by Roberts Musical Instruments. From sheet music and brand name instruments to rentals, repairs, lessons, and more. Roberts Musical Instruments is your key to musical success. Call 823-5459. That's 823-5459.
And now here's your host, Mike Mano.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Conducting Conversations. I'm Mike Mano, and very pleased to be sitting with a new representative of the Rhode Island Civic Choral and Orchestra. For many years, Joshua Rohde has been here. Dr. Joshua Rohde has been here and couldn't make it tonight, so we have someone new coming in, a board member from the organization. His name is Fred Sir. Welcome to the show, Fred.
Thanks, Mike. Happy to be here.
Nice to have you with us, and it's nice to not have to see Joshua again.
I'll tell him you said that.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll hear this. So, no, what a great conductor, what a great person, first of all, he is. And it's one of those things where every once in a while you come across an artist that's just very impressive, and he has been one of those to me. I've always admired his work, been to many of the concerts myself, and he is a very unique talent. And let's get a little bit about you in here. You're a board member and a singer with the chorale.
Yep.
How long have you been with the chorale?
Well, I lived in Boston for many, many years. I'm actually from Philadelphia, and that's a whole other story. But we moved to Providence in 2022. And like when I usually move to somewhere new, one of the first things we did was look for a group to sing with.
Oh, okay.
And so we went and heard a number of groups sing. There's some very good groups in the area. But like you, I was just really impressed with Joshua and what he can pull out of the music, right, and what he gets from a group. And it's one of the interesting things about RICO, Rhode Island Civic Choral and Orchestra, is that while we perform at a pretty high level, there are no auditions to join this group.
It's amazing that what comes out and what it takes to get in. Most groups that are highly auditioned and so forth, sometimes, well, you expect that. You know, they're professional singers or they're professional musicians of some kind. But in this case, it really is a community organization.
Right. And we've got singers that have always wanted to sing and just have never gotten around to it. A lot of people that haven't sung in many, many years. And are like, I want to get back into this, but I really don't want to go through the audition panic. And then folks in between, and the group really pulls together. And manages to turn out a really high level of performance. And one of the things that I think Joshua really brings to it is it's also one of the groups at the top of the list of the ones I've sung with that really brings the humanity out of the music. Mm-hmm. There's one thing to be note accurate and get all those cues just the way they're written. But you can also run into the trap of saying, well, that was really accurate, but it didn't really move me.
Right. It needs the feeling.
Yeah.
You got to have the feeling. And, all right, let's get back to the fact that you're a new kid. Mm-hmm. I mean, 2022, I have bread in my closet that's older than that. So Boston before that, and you mentioned from Philadelphia originally?
Yep. I've been singing my whole life. As my folks used to say, I sang before I talked.
I did too. I really did. I remember a story I tell people about being in the first grade, and the teacher had us stand up in a circle to read a certain verse, and the teacher stopped me and she said, "Michael, this is reading, not singing," because I put a lilt to it, So that was the same with you. You were a singer right from the beginning.
Yep, yeah, and then I got out of it briefly as a young teen when it was like the world's most uncool thing to do, and then I was literally dragged bodily back to it at about 15 by a friend of mine, and have been doing it ever since.
Now, what kind of singing was that? Was that in musicals? Was it a glee club?
It was choral singing. I've also did theater, but it was because I could sing, not because I was a great actor. Believe me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, same with me.
But I did I was a I was a soloist actually at districts and at regionals. I ended up going to Penn State. And the reason I went there is because at the time, the Penn State University choirs used to sing with Andre Previn and the Pittsburgh Symphony every year.
Oh, so there was an incentive.
Yeah, and it was an incredible opportunity, and we got to do that a number of times while I was a student. Sang with Michael Tilson Thomas also, and when he was only just a few years older than I was. So it's something I've always done. When I moved to Boston, I sang with a number of groups, including Trinity Church, the one in Copley Square.
Okay.
And
then was the reason to move, or for work, or for singing?
For work. I'm a filmmaker.
Okay.
I do documentary films for companies and for foundations, and I've also done children's television. But at the time, Boston was a great place to do that.
Okay. So you're probably very familiar with a very frequent guest on our show, Steven Feinberg, the director of the Rhode Island Television and Film. I presume you've bumped into him on occasion?
I know his name. I don't actually know him.
I can hook you up.
Yeah, that would be great.
Now you know a guy.
All right, that would be good. Yes, because it's
Rhode Island,
right.
You know a guy now. So you found yourself in Providence in 2022. And found the Choral and been with them ever since, and now you're a board member.
That's correct. Yeah, and again, I wasn't planning to be a board member, but I got asked, and I'm really glad I did it. It's nice to be involved at that level, and to be able to give a little more back to the organization than just my voice.
Excellent. All right, let's give people a little feeling for what's going on here. We're going to be talking about a concert that's coming up on Sunday, March 1st, so just a few weeks away. 3 o'clock at URI, and it's called We Are Phoenix, and it's a Rhode Island premiere, and we're going to talk about the program today, play some music that's associated with it, more or less. And what's the first piece that you brought along here? It's called I'm at Home. Can you tell us anything about that?
Sure, yeah. One of the challenges with a conversation like this is that the pieces that we're going to be doing at this concert on the 1st at URI are premieres. There's a few pieces that have been done before, but because they're premieres, there aren't readily available recordings.
Okay.
But one of this piece, this is I Am at Home. I thought this would be a good piece to give you a sense of the kind of harmonies that the composer, Timothy C. Takash, or Tim Takash. He's a composer from in the Midwest who's been doing great work for a while. Joshua actually crossed paths with him a number of years ago, and he's now become really pretty world-renowned, and asked us to be one of the groups that's premiering this piece. It's actually premiering in all 50 states at some point.
Wow.
So this is the Rhode Island premiere. But because there aren't recordings of it yet, I thought this would be a nice piece to give you a sense of the kind of harmonies that Tim Takash's works gravitate towards.
All right, let's listen to I Am Home. beautiful music, but I stand corrected. I gave the wrong intro to that. Is actually I am at home, not I am home. So that's the story on that one. And we have much more music to listen to tonight. How did this thought or idea all come about?
Well, the way the entire program came together is kind of interesting because we had decided to do this premiere. And then as I was talking with Joshua about this, and he said when they were doing the planning, one of his other colleagues in the music business, Devin Russo, who is a musician at URI, said, "Oh, we're also doing a premiere with Tim Takash." And he's like, "Really? Yeah, and we're doing it this spring." He's like, "Well, we're doing our concert in the spring." And pretty rapidly they said, "Well, we should probably think about doing this together."
Right.
So the actual opera premiere in its entirety is going to happen later in the spring. But as part of this concert, we're going to actually do a few scenes from Timothy C. Takash's new opera.
Okay.
And that'll open, believe that actually opens the program. Then Joshua, who's a cellist, is going to play a piece. Devin, along with a pianist, who's also a baritone, is going to sing a piece. And then we'll do the premiere of We Are Phoenix. So it's an all Timothy C. Takashi program. And then the big bonus that we can talk about even more as we get farther into this is that Tim Takash is doing a residency at URI that week.
Wow, what are the odds?
Yeah,
right?
so we're also not, when you do a premiere, it's incredible to be able to have the composer in the room with you.
Sure.
So when we do our final rehearsals, we're going to have Timothy C. Takash in the room with us. We're going to have Tim with us in the room, and then he's going to be there for the performance. And I believe there's even going to be an opportunity if you attend the concert on March 1st at URI, we're going to have a Q&A afterwards where you're going to get to talk to and meet the composer.
Excellent. All right. Sounds like a terrific thing going on. If people are interested in getting tickets, they can do that through the website, right?
Correct. Yeah, their website is rico.org. That's RICCO.org. And there's a link right there on the homepage where you can get tickets for the concert.
Excellent. That's 3 o'clock on Sunday, March 1st. Okay, let's get one more piece of music in before our first break. Tell us about Many Splendid
Things.
Things.
This is a piece that is for, I believe, piano and choir. Again, this is a nice example of Tim Takash's work. And it might also give you a little bit more of a sense of the other types of pieces that will be in this concert besides the premiere of We Are Phoenix. So one more chance to get a sense of the way Tim approaches music.
All right, we'll listen to that and take a short break and be back with more. The Rhode Island Civic Choral and Orchestra is the subject of tonight's Conducting Conversations. I'm Mike Mano, very pleased to be sitting with Fred Sir, who is a board member of the organization. We're talking about a concert that's going to be held on Sunday, March 1st, 3 o'clock at URI, and it's going to be part of a Rhode Island premiere. Very exciting, Fred, and we've gotten a little bit of information about it so far, and I want to make sure that if people can have questions they want answered, they can go to your website. A lot of information there, plus other things, pictures of you, right?
That would be true.
So if they print that picture, can they bring it to the concert and have you autograph it?
Yes, I'll make sure to have a crayon with me.
Okay, all right. So Fred is a singer, a baritone?
Second bass. Yep.
Second. Wow, look at you. Wow.
I used to be a baritone, and I sort of found this other gear a few years ago, and now my dad was a real bass, and now I can sort of sing down there too, so which is kind of fun, actually.
Wow, that's the only part. That's the part that gets all the women. And when I was a kid, I had to be a bass because that was a sexy part.
You sound like a bass, Mike.
All right, let's talk a little bit about what is that website that people can go to?
So if they go to rico.org, that's with two C's, RICCO.org. That's the website for the Rhode Island Civic Choral and Orchestra. And you can find out more about this concert, and also you'll find a link to get tickets to the show as well.
Excellent. Normally, Dr. Joshua Rohde is with us, but Fred is replacing Joshua today, who's a little bit busy this time of year. Joshua is a professor at Worcester Polytech, and I know has several groups that he's involved with up there. And it's just been a crazy time of year for him. So we're glad that Fred is here with us, explaining We Are Phoenix, and that's the title of the program. And we gave you a little bit of information about it. And let's continue and go to this next piece, which is called When the Earth Stood Still. Now, see, if you were as old as me, you would remember that When the Earth Stood Still was a big-time movie in the 1950s.
Klaatu.
Wow. See, you know about that.
Yes, I didn't see it then, but I do know the film. So when I saw this, I was like, I'm picturing black and white sci-fi.
Well, there you go. All right. Well, tell us about this one, which is different from that.
When the Earth Stood Still.
That's a kind of a piece. Is this a piece that's actually going to be in the program, or just wanted to give us a little bit of a mood, if you will?
Yes. Okay. So this is an interesting piece that I thought would be helpful for people to hear, because Timothy C. Tikash is not just a world-class composer; he's a world-class singer, which makes him a particularly great composer for choral music. And this piece, When the Earth Stands Still, is from a group called Cantus, And if you go and watch it on YouTube, at the very beginning in the keyframe, you'll see a guy with a bass jack at the front. That's Tim.
Okay.
And it's a really beautiful piece, but I think it gives you a sense of, this is not a piece that he composed. This is a piece in which he performs. But again, gives you a sense of the kind of lush choral harmonies that Timothy C. Takashi's work really tends to gravitate toward. And as he said, I got a chance to talk to him actually a few weeks ago, and as he said, he likes to make his music, while it's contemporary, make the music accessible, to give you an entry point, and then to take you to places where you haven't been before.
Right. You don't want to sit there, listen to it and go, what was that about?
Right. We've all been to pieces where,
Right.
there's 3 measures of a cat scratching something.
Yeah.
This is not that.
Okay.
This is contemporary harmonies,
Okay.
but just gorgeously moving.
All right. Let's give it a listen.
Come listen in the silence of the moment before rain comes down. There's a deep sigh in the quiet of the forest and the tall trees' ground. Now hold me, will you take the time to hold me and embrace the chill? Or miss me, will you take the time to miss me when the earth stands still? 'Cause there's no use running, 'cause the storm's still coming, and you've been running for so many years, for so many years. Come listen in the silence of the moment before shadows fall. Feel the tremor of your heartbeat, matching heartbeat as we both dissolve. Now hold me, will you take the time to hold me and embrace the chill? Or miss me, take the time to miss me when the earth stands still. 'Cause there's no use running, 'cause the storm's still coming, and you've been running for so many years. So stay with me, held in my arms like branches of a tree that shelter you for many years. So many years. So stay with
Fred, so far we've been listening to things that are giving us the mood or the feeling of what's going on, but now we get to hear an actual piece that's going to be in the program, right?
That's right. The piece coming up next is called Imagine We Are Trees. This is a recording from a few years ago. There's a slightly different version of it in We Are Phoenix, but the harmonies and tonalities and the text are essentially unchanged. So do you want me to tell you a little bit about the piece itself?
Sure, absolutely.
So one of the things that's really, I also got a chance, because I do some of the promo videos for Rico, I got a chance to talk to Tim a few weeks ago and talk to him about the piece and ask him about it. And as he said, the point of this piece is to draw parallels between us as human beings and the earth as an entity. So if you look at the things that happens to the earth, where there's destruction and rebirth and growth and moving forward and moving back, it's the same thing that happens in the human condition. And so the idea is to say, if we can look at that and draw parallels for ourselves between what's happening and has happened over time with the earth and what's happening and what's happened over time with ourselves. We've had highs, we've had lows, and we somehow always manage to bounce back.
Right.
And there's a rebirth. And obviously everyone knows, the phoenix is the bird rising from the ashes.
From the ashes, yeah.
And so the music kind of reflects that, and it bounces back and forth between physical events and very, very human events. And so this piece, Imagine We Are Trees, is one of the more sort of reflective pieces in that. But within this, as Tim said, in this piece, you're going to hear music that sounds like fire, music that sounds like longing, music that sounds like peace. And that's a lot of range to go through in 26 minutes. But having worked on it for a few months now, I have to say it's true. And there's parts in here that are just really moving, and parts in here that are really powerful. There are texts that are taken from contemporary poems. There's also text taken from, if you've heard of Pliny the Elder, apparently there was a Pliny the Younger. And he wrote a documentary account of Mount Vesuvius destroying Pompeii.
Okay.
And that's contrasted with someone writing a poem about the wildfires in Colorado a few years back. And then how things emerge from there. So it's a really interesting juxtaposition.
Right. All right, we'll listen to that and take a short break and be back with more.
Imagine me a tree.
The Rhode Island Civic Choral and Orchestra is the subject of tonight's Conducting Conversations. I'm Mike Mano, pleased to be sitting with Fred Sir, who is a board member of RICO, as we call it, and we're talking about a program coming up at URI on Sunday, March 1st at 3 o'clock. It's going to be the Rhode Island premiere of We Are Phoenix. And Fred, I want to thank you up front here for coming in tonight and telling the audience about this and being a wonderful replacement for Joshua. We'll have to make sure that he either brings you with him in the future or maybe you just replace him. How are your conducting skills?
Yeah, they're. I would say I'm uniquely untalented.
Oh, so we can't get rid of him. We
Probably
still need
not.
him.
No.
All right. All right. Well, we have one more rather lengthy piece of music to go. So we'll let you talk about things that are involved with this show. First off, how can people get tickets?
Sure. So this performance is going to be at the University of Rhode Island at their Performing Arts Center on March 1st. I think it's at 3 o'clock. You can get tickets at rico.org, RICCO.org. There's a link for tickets right there on the homepage.
Now, you as a board member and singer, you probably make a lot of money from RICO, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's obviously a volunteer organization. And so also on that website is a way to donate, correct? People can donate should they choose to do that.
Yes.
Perhaps they can't make the concert, but they want to help out anyway.
Yeah, we would love that. And the other one to look out for is we do an annual thing every year on 401 Gives. So that's another great opportunity, and both opportunities for both of those things should be findable on the website as well.
All right.
One of the things I did want to say is that we are the Rhode Island Civic Choral and Orchestra, and part of our mission is to do performances all over the state.
Mm-hmm.
So as far as I know, and certainly in the time that I've been in the organization and looking back, this is the first time we've performed at URI with URI.
Right.
And University of Rhode Island being the University of Rhode Island, we're honored and we're really happy to be doing this together and sort of sharing the stage and giving a chance for some of their really talented performers to sing and for us to join them on their stage.
Well, URI being right down the road from our studios here in Exeter have been very involved with WCRI over the years. We've done lots of shows with them and for them. And so this is tying in perfectly. So I want to thank RICO for taking the opportunity to bring itself down here to the southern part of the state rather than Woonsocket or Providence or whatever. And we'll look forward to it down here. So it'll be great.
Great. Well, thanks so much. And we're looking forward to spending more time down in this part of the state. So if you're interested in finding out more about what we're about, this concert coming up on the 1st on that Sunday would be a really good opportunity to do so.
All right. Describe this last set of music that we're going to listen to.
Sure. Again, because the pieces that we're doing is a premiere, there isn't a recording of it, but I thought this would also be a nice piece to close with to give you a sense of a multi-movement work. This is going to be some excerpts from I think a 13 or 14 movement long piece that's called Rose Ever Blooming. This piece was just premiered with Voces 8, which is probably just about the most popular vocal ensemble on the planet right now. And the other interesting thing about this is Tim Takash wrote this with another composer named Jocelyn Hagan, who we've also done some of her work. She's a terrific composer and also happens to be Tim's wife. So they co-wrote this.
That works out well.
And so this at least will give you a sense of the rise and fall of a multi-movement piece. And I really hope you're able to make it down and join us on the 1st of March.
Excellent. Fred, thanks so much for coming in. It's a pleasure to see you. And the rest of you, we'll see you next time on Conducting Conversations. Conducting Conversations was brought to you by Roberts Musical Instruments, using music and the arts to keep your child educated, entertained, and having fun. Roberts Musical Instruments is your key to musical success. Call 823-5459. That's 823-5459.